Kawire Rastamaki, Fresh Minds Baba Shop Wapo, Mutiwone na machine yabo, Tigera Gera Watimo.
Hi, my name is Catchy. On my moment of the week this week, I came down with my team, my crew from Beats TV. So Beats TV is one of the brands under Powerhouse Media. And you know, its target audience is the mass market, which is where we are right now. We are in Kabanana, right? So I just followed the team, they're filming for the TV station, and I thought I'd tag along and just see how it goes. So here we are, and you know, we're gonna show you around in terms of what's going on and so forth. Thank you for making us your number one. It's Catchy 101. Hello and welcome to the Catchy 101 podcast. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Yatuti, Abalea Carpooling. Don't forget to actually download the Abalea Carpooling app. It might come in handy one day for you. Also, we'd like to thank our sponsors, MTN. Remember, MTN is everywhere you go, right? We have yet another exciting episode of the Catchy 101 podcast. Our guest today is Ndine Emma. Odibanja,
Big man,
Which?
Last.
My Zina Ndine Emma.
Yeah.
You know what a bunch?
Ipanga.
Oh, Cindy.
Cindy.
How's that?
There's language that we won't get to.
You don't want to tell us the name that you had?
No. But mzaka yona ma comment section izakabuya. Kuli bebenzo easy bachiwa kudala maningi bacho.
So what about you on that? But is in a lasti. Then about pasa inangu.
So mwenze didi. The first videos I used to do is my phone calls.
Okay.
Where I would call in maybe a radio station, my network providers, and then position introduce. When the first time Ndine Emma. So yeah, so manje bantu spends on easy at that time, but they fell in love with the videos, and then spends on someone searching it. So bantu once we remember Ndine Emma. At Ndine Emma videos. Yeah, so after I found that top search bar, to make it easier for them, as time goes by. Let's
speak about your tattoo. Before we started shooting, I have a tattoo first
Nare mine kulondolola. Imo inspiration yenze bwanje po dinda tattoo.
Okay, so obviously these are just sleeves, right? And then there's each to symbolize that ndio mfumo te.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm a king in the game. You know what I mean? In my game, and you know everybody else is also free to call themselves a king. So ndio mimi chap.
Oh, yeah.
But you remember that
rumor has it. Rumor has it at Nyapa
Ocean party.
Pet mind mwena ini. So ibo pese and then coincidentally 9 in a crown, which makes everything
also you've got a crown as well.
Yeah, I have a crown, but it's my mother's name with a crown, so you never queens, you have a king.
Okay.
And then I tribe tattoo kapa Ocean apparently. Tonight mo kashta defend kai ibo pese Bagay me bakadinda bonse mamu industry.
So nwambiri wana kadinda.
Yeah, I think
but naona kai wabwana kadochi kamina na dinda nkosiyana kaja nikakuti kaja.
Ni yeye.
But wosozo kamba jeve amina ana dinda niya vits.
Oh jania vits kai inapo pese kati. Sana inda kuli muntu wanga wama dinda ise pa Ocean. So your maps adinayo, Slap D adinayo, I think D-Boy Telem, Chanda Brian, na me dad adinayo. Na kadochi manje wanyu pa Ocean.
So where did you get your inspiration from to get that tattoo?
I've always liked this tattoo because I'm a very big fan of Samoans and Samoan culture.
You watch a lot of wrestling?
I used to, but
Okay.
not anymore. But I grew up watching it a lot, obviously.
Okay.
Like when The Rock, when Umaga.
Yeah.
So I just loved the tattoo. So there's no spiritual or supernatural connection to it. Like nikatattoo cheke nikonda she. Singalondore maning because niribe like real inspiration here tattoo. I just like the design.
You like it?
Yeah.
So I'm also a fan of Samoan tattoos.
Yeah.
One of the tattoos I have, which signifies the warrior that I am, is this Samoan tattoo.
Yeah, you're in your Papa Ocean. Ndimo malidazi.
So ati yako ocean.
Your Papa Ocean yo ndimo mama.
So kadoti swanga mvomerezo ngena naye kaija.
Ijanyapa Zambezi kai ija singa ngene pa Ocean ijanyapa pa Tanganyika.
Ndine Emma, unakulira kuti? Unabatira kuti?
Nabatira kawe.
Oh, not Matero.
No. Nakulira ko chekuchi.
So Kabwe, which part of Kabwe? Teti mvele nkani una?
Chindwin Barracks. So my dad was in the army.
Okay.
And then after he died in 2006, we had to move from Kawe to Lusaka. So initially when we moved from Kawe, we went to Kanyama.
Okay.
Yeah, we lived there for like 2 years. And then my independent bought in Matero manje to date. Yeah, family. Though.
Oh, family bakariko. Suppose ku materials also in a slap bene
Obviously, yeah. Nawazibanyishi kabwenda ku Matero. Nawazibanyishi tinkala kuma
But pe wenze kujanisha wanachoka beve
I siniziwa because nchiniwaziwa but
okay.
I think nchibanachoka because time baslap nzo chosa for season ezinangu ati mugwe 2. Lelo tenze kukawe. So nishina nabaziwa kudala.
Let's speak about nkani ofunoenda ku Barcelona ku stadium. In Africa part.
Ija in planning phase ija. I think it's actually next year ija. Tufuno tufike ko pa Camp Nou hapa. I think ija ndiye biggest dream yanga. Like that's the only place I want to visit.
You're a big fan of Barcelona.
Yeah, I'm a very big fan of Barcelona and the culture as well. Like inapitirira love ya team. Mbokonda na place manje mungo naenda. So among like maybe like top 10 places I would love to visit. That like the Camp Nou specifically, not even like Barcelona the city. Yeah, but the Camp Nou.
Nice. So you did your grade 1 from which school?
It was a school called St. Lawrence. It was owned by the Catholic Church in Kabwe. Then so the funny thing about my education is like almost every grade has its own school. Because tenzo kukama ningi.
Okay.
So it's
my transfer army.
No, not really my transfer. Because independence amba school nishibadadi banafa kudala. So it was a matter of kwa mene waza kwanisa kulipia. So ipeze kati wayamba hapa maybe wakupisha waenda ku government school vika balance wabwelera ku private school. So I started from a school called St. Lawrence in Kabwe and then I went to Chindwin Basic School. Njenze ka primary
school. Barracks ijate?
Mukati Barracks. Kapena uniform anachi njenze ya blue so. Yeah. And then grade 3 we were in Lusaka. So from grade 3 to 12 nze maschool to siana mu Lusaka kwena ngwapunza kwa one term napunza kwa Kanyama basic napunza kwa paka school at only some school. Yeah, I went to a lot of schools.
Yeah. But how did those movements, how did they affect your education? Because I can imagine that it's difficult to pay attention. It's difficult to concentrate. Yeah.
It really affected it negatively because there were times I could go like a whole year without going to school. Because initially in the phone school nangati mu 2018-17 but now since I'm 2020.
Okay. Because of this kind
because
of
the movements and then sometimes upeze kachati kulibesha na maafche ambo india school because ise kwa tenzo punzira mline. So ngati uindia punzira panchwa focus it pali wamne wantiwa kasilize.
I see.
Yeah, so there was a time monga pamene mkulu wanga nze mgrade 2 I had to stop so that ever series. Yeah, because my fans yonse nzo inda kulieve. And then ever series ana bwana bwerera and then nabwana leka mgrade 3 na bwana yamba futi grade 3 like some years later.
I hear you.
Yeah. So ananta that time in.
So were you raised by a single mom?
Yes, I was raised by a single mom.
Okay. Is mom still alive?
Yes, she is fit maningi.
So how many are you in the family?
We're 5. Our firstborn is a lady, my sister Rosaria, and then I have 4 brothers. one young brother and 2 older brothers.
So when you're growing up, moving from one school to the other, one town to the other, what were you aspiring to be? Did you think you'd be creating this content? Did you think you'd be singing? Or were you having other aspirations?
So with the way moving was, it affected my social life.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Makuka, wamupanga banyu, elewene, nili socially awkward. So nezo kangi ofika pali bagai jako bati wambozichita introduce wanji nezo mbira so bad. So nezo pese katikuli konzo kwa itakukira. Wapatu wa Zambia wakubazi wabatine so wazaziwa nozila ninkala hapo. Because most of the times I would just be in the house. And then mukunkala mnyumba every time because my mom loved to play the radio.
Okay.
Like almost everyone in my family, my hip hop heads,
okay,
I'd say, or music heads. So in the nyimbo, and then I didn't really know that I would want to do music, but there was something about me. I used to master lyrics very quickly. So in the balendo wakabwera ijebenzo kuvini sana nimwe balendo wakabwera inesonzo ni vini sabenzo nimbi
uzoimba
benzo nimbisa fakapo fakapo tape yo yabene kamoba yabene Peterson nishizaimba yonse isemanje lo nshizwe appointed na 6-7 years. So nezina bwa master technique yo memorize vintu fast.
Okay.
And then one day tenzo tamba show at the People's Choice. I think it was in 2009 by Yake Smash.
Yes.
Yeah, and then kwenza kunacho kanyimbo that nicha nyama kitu na Temidi. So for me it was my first time hearing Zambian hip hop. Because quite means with Liza Chevamini, Tupac, Bwanji, and BIG. And then Nabana Bela said, Muti Kamba, Muti Amba, Muti Zone, Nicha. And then at that time, I was just learning Nyanja. Because it's Kabwe, Kuvibemba.
Kabwe, you speaking Bemba?
Yeah, Bemba. Bemba.
Okay.
And then it was weird for me because Chibemba benzo seka kurusaka kuda. Maizi aka ni manje pe chankala ko manje ati.
Oh, benzo seka.
Benzo seka.
Benzo seka la chan.
Ati benzo kuta Karubemba. Kwenye katag munga vya kama ta mtonga ati wini Aisha babemba zaita ta wini Karubemba. So usually enzo pesa katsini kamba maningi until penda ponzira chinyanja. And then na bwana mbira ija nyimbo na bwana kama first ni yeseko kupanga ka rap kanga. Nipe na bwana lemba ka rap ka first na bwana kama ta if independent from chita.
Then you started rapping now.
Yeah, I started rapping and I started recording in 2011. So
I know that from a nobody to being a somebody, it's not an easy thing.
Yeah.
So how then did you start recording? Hello, kuma studio footy, and you know the guys that own studios. You know I can't really blame them because they usually get a lot of people who don't even possess any talent.
Exactly.
But I don't ngaimbe. So how did they receive you in the early days?
I was very lucky actually. I only started paying for my studio time when I finished my grade 12. So from Pena Ambira until kunezeshena Mwape wako batikuli konzo kona enda benzo nivera munji ma producers.
Yeah.
So ipeza kachati pa pe konkala ko free wepi wapianga ko che wakurecord dako kamozi so che. And then there was this thing happening in Kanyama. It was called Tipayani Rap Battle. It used to air on I think Prime TV. But before it started airing, because by the time it was airing, I wasn't there in Dallas. So, pajenzo peze kati, mwenda kuchama freestyle che na guy like battle rap. Even Triple M used to be there.
Oh,
that's
used to. Okay.
Triple M from
Yeah.
So tikarapa, ukawina, ka studio time akupasa.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I remember when the rap at LB the Rap Killer is a part of the Diamond Chain, yeah, Crisis.
Okay.
Yeah. So ndienza na bwani ona paja, bwani faka mkanyimbo so. Apa manje siningafuna nokamvira cause
why
ka voice mwekenza mbekela nozoveka manje kagiro kai. So that was my first time ever in the studio, and then from there I was recording almost every time.
So when you're just starting out, these guys that were giving you an opportunity to record in their studios, are there some names that we can speak about, whether they're big or small?
Yeah, there's a guy called Young Kid. He was even part of my first EP, the one I dropped as Ndine Emma.
Yeah.
There's a guy called L45. I don't know where he is now. And then, you know, there's a guy called Walker.
Yeah.
Because I was about 11, 10, so 9, and then yeah. But a Young Kid stands out from most of them because he started recording me when I was like in grade 9 till date.
No,
Yeah.
you're still together.
Yes, yes.
Ah, that's wonderful. So I see there's a lot of people on social media that say, but why umakamba tinduwako matero yo, but tinduwako kanyama. I know you spoke about it briefly. Can you just clarify why a lot of people identify you as a matero boy as opposed to a kanyama guy or kawe guy?
Yeah. So it's the same as the name Ndine Emma, right? So I said the people came up with that name, and then during those phone calls, they would ask me, "Ndine Emma, mungala kuti kumatero," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because even before we had Wamatero, there were people who used to call me Wamatero, because that's usually what they call people from Matero.
From Matero, yeah.
Matero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just stuck with me. And then there was this time, before I even started doing content creation, I went for, it was I think 2020 or 2021. I went for a talent show on ZTV. Yeah, I've forgotten what the name was called. It was a rap battle show on ZTV. And then that was the first time I ever felt material love, like the way it just comes out. So I just cha rap battle. And then I wasn't even the best pajaga, but nija chipenzo tifunza ndi wako utipenzo wako kanyama, penzi wako misisi, penzi wako shanu. And then when people, the viewers were the ones voting. So bakatuma sipenzo niziba, benzo nisapotera che because so benzo kamba chatia. Bakamba ise vibena sina nchito oya wina ni wako matero. And then I could even feel like naluza like chanpachi guys. Yeah. But once benzo too much I said tufuna che wako matero, awina wako matero. That's when I really felt it, and I decided to pay them back. But it's not like I do not honor the places I grew up from. I always mention the fact that I was born in Kabwe. I had a brief stint in Matero, in Kanyama.
But you've got more history and thing in Matero.
Yeah, I even spent more years in Matero than any other place in my entire life.
I see. But what about the comedy now? How did it start?
So the comedy, I never really wanted to be a content creator. No, to act in the skits. I never wanted to do that. But I wanted to be a content creator. So if you watch my very, very first videos, which are on my YouTube channel, it's just me filming my friends and directing and stuff. And then I used to be directed by Phiri and stuff like that. So I would film my high school boys. Now Lembaka script, Bwanji, Bachaya, it was like 30 minutes long. They were like, so it was like a whole series. And then there were times when I would come up with a character, and then they wouldn't play it as good as
the way you wanted it. Because when you are writing, you are imagening someone playing it out a certain way, right?
Yeah. But then muchifuko guys abaka mati boy uziba kai sibafola kai by time so there's a number just give up pangono so manje muja mukupasa example ati nifuna uchite so ipeze kati ya boy agui and then the people started falling in love with the characters I was developing. And then one day I just decided to do a skit of my own, and the first skit I did blew up. That's when I decided, okay, let me try this out. But it wasn't because it had blown up. It was because I had made something of it, and then there's a broke whipa.
So abona ngapanga ko zinangwa.
Kupanga ka video kama wanipasa kwa 3 pin. Ilo big man hapo ni bena sapato ni be mafuta ni be shani. Jebere India business yenza ngena. Music fest ndikani ifake ko kupanga.
Mbekeze. Yeah. So then you did it, and then it made it easy for you to get into the music space.
Exactly, but it took like a year before I could drop a song as Ndine Emma. I was just creating content. Yeah. And then the only reason why I dropped a song as Ndine Emma was just to fulfill that childhood dream that I had. It wasn't to fully pursue the career. It was just to like guys. So but what happened after I dropped that song is I was being booked for more musical concerts than comedy shows. Because usually in Zambia we only have like 2 or 3 major comedy shows a year. And then with music, like they have a big festival almost every month. And then I wasn't earning as much as I wanted to with the content creation. And I was here trending big but broke. So manje yabo yapeze kati ku music ileta ko something.
Yeah.
So ndipena bwana kanza ta maybe nifichise vivili.
So when you decided to take up music, which artists would you speak about that, you know, sort of like pulled you up, you know, that gave you the platform, that gave you the opportunity, that helped you grow?
Music.
From a music standpoint.
No, I wouldn't point at anyone, honestly. Because even in my first EP, I'm upcoming artist. Be my established artist. Maybe like I had some features though, but I wouldn't say they really like pushed and stuff. I had people who dropped a verse here and there, but I didn't really have anyone who was there like trying to put me on. No,
I see. My research team tells me that Makitu had shared your content in your early days.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? What exactly happened? Can you tell us?
Makitu shared my third skit ever. Yeah, so that week I was on a roll. Like nachapoka video ako kapita na bwana chapona kenango kapita. And then the third one I did was a video of I was making fun of Zambian journalists. I'm sorry, everyone.
It's okay.
So it's that BBC journalists versus our reporters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I did it from Hero Stadium, which is still one of my biggest videos to date. And then Makitu shared it.
Was it funny?
The video? It was very funny. It still is. Because do you know how I know that video is so funny? I used that same material on stage to do stand-up, and it still cracked ribs. Yeah, it's even on Zambezi Magic now. I think it was called the It's Confirmed comedy show when Anne Kansime came to Zambia. So I used that same concept on stage, and it still cracked ribs. So pewa na sharing wa Makitu mtambata mbira bwino mnyumba. Na bwana rangiza mzmai apundapo to praise the Lord. Depete na bataona I think hapa kulikweti enda pa. Because that's Makitu, and I'm just there.
It's got a good following, and I think he goes down as one of the few that has helped many a lot of talented people, you know, giving them the limelight.
Yeah, to date, like he still turns up for me. He even shot one visualizer for my album for free.
So, but through comedy, unapopanga ko 4-5 through a betting company, tef?
Napanga 4-5. Mwezi wa kwanza tinapanga 4-5.
Information tilinayo kai.
Je nkamba
pamene nishilibe chili chonse.
And that 4-5 was like for a whole month of work. But I didn't even feel the impact.
But what about when you performed at the time when, is it Annie Kansime came?
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? How did this happen? Someone just called you, or did you push? What happened?
I pushed. So what had initially happened was there was a show called the Koa's National Comedy Show. It's a show held once a year where every comedian is supposed to perform, and it's usually held in different parts of the country. So I had joined the Comedians Association of Zambia right after my third video. Like I joined the Comedians Association of Zambia, and then manje aboya pezekatin kwangaraija show. So that show, there were over like 30 comedians, and you're only given 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, you're only given 5 minutes on stage, sometimes even like 3 minutes. So you're supposed to crack as many jokes as you can in 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah. And then once I was there, I met a guy called Mwana Jingwala.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah,
great guy.
Yeah, very great guy. He was like, Mwache natamba po ma video yako but nikabok tamba po pa stage, because it was the first time I was even doing stand-up comedy ever.
Wow, at such a big event.
Yeah, it was a big event. Liana was there, Justin Bieber, Drake.
Oh, really?
So what happened was he told me, but ukapaya hapa, because the Kansime show was 2 weeks after that show. Ukapaya hapa nza kupasa kwa 5 minutes kuli Kansime. And then fortunately for me, nabwana paya last foot manga charo chasi. And then immediately I walk off stage. Is like, yo, you have the spot. You will be traveling to Kitwe. Get ready. Lembako ma jokes ya card. Went back home, did my research. So I went to Kitwe to use the same journalist concept on stage. Nakweva kujana bwana paya manga charo chasira Kansime abwambira munja new to emyo bwamshimikira ta Ndine Emma oyo napazeti ni mukari. So from there, that's where really my career took off, and I did a bit of stand-up comedy shows until I went on a break.
Let's speak about the deal you had with FIFA. You went to the World Cup.
No, I didn't really go to the World Cup. I got the deal to.
Oh, you got a deal to promote the World Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about that?
Yeah, that happened on a random Sunday morning. Go on a zone. I receive check an email. So I usually receive a lot of scam emails. So usually when they come, they usually say stuff like we work with brands like Nestle, Puma, Nike. Yeah, which is like the regular list of brands they name.
Yeah.
But that day, Banagama Badi Fifth. It's the first time in a email yaso. So I read about a reply. I replied, and then they asked for a meeting, like Zoom meeting. And then in a mutumanga and scam. So I was in bed na vulana shit. Na bwana kasha ka meeting. Pa ni wanacheba tuone ka serious. Bavala masuti bwanji like very serious vinti very ni pa bed na vulana shit. Na bwana pempa 5 minutes ile pangono she please na bwela nsambeko shit. Bwana mfali la poche kasuti ka boza fast. Naenda na ku window ndiko nze ka lighting ka boy.
Kamusha
Nafaka pona ka phone. And they told me about their plan. They had picked 4 content creators across Africa to promote the World Cup. Unfortunately for me, I was part of them, so that was a very great experience. Ero in the World Cup ngaitambika ikaenda pa half time nzoleta pa ma videos yato.
That was huge because it's a big platform.
But and I remember when I was watching the final, I was in South Africa. Ero manje titamba final, big screen. Ero ka video kanga kabwera. Ero manje bantu beni na wambonanga. You didn't tell us about it.
Unapanga zambiri but
sininga nami nona sininga kuna men boza niyo ipana bwana panga kana baka nchinja ko life yanga paja monga kulingana na mwenezo nkalira paja kana baka chinja ko life na bakubonde.
So it's a very rare opportunity because I'm sitting and I'm thinking people behind the push for the World Cup, getting in touch with you and giving you an opportunity.
Imagine, brands.
Oh, there's like superstars that you are.
You know, some brands try to make it look like they're doing you a favor.
Yeah.
So, basically, but it was huge. It was amazing.
I'm told you're one of the first Zambians, if not the first Zambian, to monetize your content online.
Yeah, I was the first.
On which platform?
Facebook.
Who told you about it? How did you I'm asking this question for the sake of those that would also like to do the same.
I have a guy in the US. He's my manager's cousin.
Okay.
He's called Lukunka. So you might want to look him up and he'll give you all the information. I don't really understand the technicalities behind
I hear you.
Yeah, but
you're the talent. So
huh? Yeah.
I'm saying you're the talent. So I think if your manager was here, he was going to explain.
Yeah, he was going to explain.
Yeah.
But Lukunka is available to anyone who really wants his help. But it takes a lot of time though. You'd have to be patient. It took me like over a year because I started in 2021 and it got monetized in 2022.
Wow. How many numbers do you have? How many followers do you have on Facebook?
1.2 million.
That's big.
Yeah, it is. Man.
It's huge.
Yeah.
When how many months, weeks ago were you at 1 million? Would you remember?
2023. That's when I got to 1 million.
Because Facebook now, numbers just don't go up the way they used to.
No, they don't. And also, I had gone through a patch where I had a lot of restrictions from 2023 to 2024. So I bet by now it would have gone to maybe like 2.5 million because I had...
that thing to do with violations and sometimes you don't even know what you've done.
Imagine. So I usually gained about 1,000 followers a day back in 2022 to 2023. And then I had those restrictions. I had to step back for a bit. And now it's back to normal.
So you had a meeting with management of TikTok?
Imwe story yo Stephen Kokambapo nandi mumaiziva nandi
awe siniziva
non-disclosure.
Oh macha non-disclosure
so sibanakambika isibana urule tibabwira.
Okay,
tenje kambe mjinyanyo so twasambira sibenze banakamba tibabwira kuzambe so nine na bwana dabo because sibana tuze na bantu betendo meeting tinambira chat kuliko ka meeting kakali ketu nikoenda
banakutenga wangati
kwenze Gracious Kauma Phiri. There's a certain female content creator. I I can't seem to remember her name. Then Vubui, now Kester.
So, you actually met the owners of TikTok and Let's
Yes.
Chat.
Yes, I did.
So, what was this meeting about?
It was about the future of Zambian monetization. And they were telling us about how we can grow our industry so that we get monetized. Because according to them, our industry is not mature enough yet. Because mostly the people that are on TikTok in Zambia, they don't really know much about monetization. So it's not really a market yet. But we are taking us serious because a lot of content creators don't even have managers, they don't have like proper brand structure. But after that, I'll be planning. So taking it serious so that we teach them monetize.
About my DM after meeting.
But it's not of bad because they check a transport refund.
But at least it was something, yeah?
Yeah.
So, after this meeting, did it help you, shape how you look at social media and how you did things?
Well, that to me that happened before the meeting.
I see.
In a boy and Pangachi and Karamanje show adventure and
Yeah.
Because from inception in Nzeko serious na venenzo fono chita na platform yangu because sinenzo fono chava ma content creation nezo ngene na business, so I did a lot of research.
So your content, are you big more on Facebook and Facebook and not any other platform, or you do more than Facebook?
Yeah, I do more than Facebook, but kind of Zambia and the most popular platform.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm more concentrated there than any other platform. But sometimes it just depends on the client's specifications. When I'm going to TikTok, when I'm going to Instagram, because most of the content I do is for a client. Like these days, I just don't do freestyle content.
So Pangamafu through content creation.
In my days, content creation.
Okay, so you want Mapanga content without a script sometimes?
Not even sometimes, like every time. Like
All the
I've
time?
Never written a script, yeah.
That's pure talent.
Yeah, I've never written a script, so that's why it's usually very hard for me to do content with like other content creators. So the people that are usually in my content are my boys from high school, because we've been doing it for a very long time, so I don't have to explain much. And when I'm going slow, so that catch because they will have to sleep on it, meditate and state element. But to us, Nima was a scenario. Okay, but guys, and then whatever comes after is just improv from them as well. So I really commend them because they are just naturally funny. Sometimes I might not be the one that will even stand out in the video.
I mean, I think it's very important for us to have this conversation because a lot of young people are creating content and they're not making anything out of it.
Exactly.
And I hope that somebody gets the inspiration from you to look at it as a business. You can earn a living, out of this, and you're a living testimony to this.
Yeah. A lot of people just do it out of excitement. So I'm about basically, afuna che maybe I afuna che blow ache. But because pressure I'm about to blow, then wakwera mbas. Bomba kama cha basere bombas. Boy invera that so nifuna kwamba mpanga maafa bye. Status ya chinja man.
Nifuna motoka.
Nifuna nizie ndera neka because ni mawano.
Let's talk about the Tidwale character. How was it birthed?
It's Tidwale character. Yamina yokuri ya makombono. So Tidwale nzo peze kati. Nva kudala visha. Ni cheti na faka chabe kumwela manje. Yeah. So Tidwale ni term yebenze kusebenzesa mchizungu tinga ikambe ti should I get upset or you cooperate? The breakdown ya Tidwale maybe mchizungu. So a guy ndeve benzo cheat nga bafuna kupoka vintu pa street. Yakwati Tidwale tupase phone titenge phone yo Tidwale. So ndio lina option manje hapo ngati ufuna survivor uzawapa ziche phone uende then manje beve bazakuleka or maybe bakumenye then wakupoke na phone pamwamba futhi. So yeah, initially it wasn't funny, that's why even in my first days of doing that type of content I got a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
Where people have not really had a great experience with such encounters. So it was of panga chat.
It's looking like you're glorifying it.
They didn't see past the humor. Yeah. So that's where the character came from. And I was just bored that day. I didn't really have content ideas, and I was lacking behind clients and Zanabakari. But a video. So a video can fast because if you rewatch the video, there is no one to take the video for us. So tenze babiri na mga guys ankara ukoso. And then tenzo kopana. Ine nikamkopa akamba tenga phone. Nene chan. Mama itana bwanji mama camera. Ati third person.
Muita bwanji.
Mama itana bwanji. Huh? That's right. Third person, eh? Yeah. That's where the character came from.
So when you released your album, is it this year or last year?
This year.
This year, yeah.
What, a month ago?
2025, yeah. Were you somehow dissing Aqualaskin in your album?
No, I wasn't dissing anyone.
Okay.
I wasn't dissing anyone. It's a statement, ija.
The statement bwanji first, but when it's why easy first.
Bakambele nyimbo guys. Zawo ngama streams. Oh, so kulika nyimbo but repeat. Mu album featuring Chef 187. So bazalinde bambele ka verse. Ija tidwale in the wide. Nwambili wanachama nyimbo, nwambili wanachama challenge. Obviously the one that stands out is obviously Aqualaskin. But at that time everyone who uses that phrase was getting a bit of traction. I remember even Sean Tembo anaboa dissing hapo. Anaboa lembati at UPND asila fast mongani tidwale. So ija enze broad because enze naboa leta beef ya mbili. And then manje nizopezeka tuli once where kambapo ezonkana ma numbers kwenze kulina page that the candidates even jenze strict maningi na kondwa ni banda enza na ishta attack maningi. So ni abo once, but I'm sure bambili wanai taking amongana kama pali yako because obviously ndia na pangira po maningi kazina pali.
But did you clarify with him?
No, I don't have to. I mean, ni nyimbo yanga ni sporty hip hop mwezi waka.
How's your relationship with him? Are you friends?
Not ningana me, but
you're not friends.
We are cool.
Yeah.
See, we're not the best of friends. Like tikapezana ni bakamba muche papa taposhana yasiri pia. We don't have that close relationship. I don't even have his number.
Okay. Did you make money off Tidwale?
Not a lot. Not as much as I was supposed to. Because with that character, ni manje pema character so yangara konomo. By that time, like brands wouldn't really associate themselves with such a character. So that's why I had to quit that character fast and challenge myself to do even better. Because I feel if I had stuck with that character, I would have been lazy. Because everything I was doing with that character was working. I could be sitting here and just sipping on Yatu tea. Yapiti sa video ona mwewe ni mwamwele Yatu tea. Yapita Yatu tea. So I was becoming a bit lazy in terms of like my. Because I usually take time when I'm creating content. Nganibe idea sinima panga. I don't like to force it. So ikaboya to my idea to my watch naturally tapanga so I didn't really make a lot out of it. I made a name though.
Yeah.
I made a very big name out of that character. But brands, corporates wouldn't associate themselves with such a brand. So basically tupanga chema advert ya baba shop na masaluni, mabuchari, but basically bank singa kutenge. So ija character inantanzaje kupanga zina but not in drum.
You and Vubi, were you in a relationship?
No. His story is over. His story ndije tima mwena po ya tuti face.
Mkali kwa yanka ka?
Yeah. So no, we never dated at all. Yenzeche rumor yapa Facebook. That
did you guys create the rumor?
No, we didn't. We didn't create the rumor at all. Nija kwenzecha vindivenzo chitika venze kuchita link my rumors kuti agwirizane at that time because we spent a lot of time together. We worked together on radio and obviously the Tidwale character we did it together because she had that Wakanono character. So every video was veni Wakanono. And then manje my comments kwenzecha ati awabiri wafunga chewaka kwatirane awamira. So wherever they see us together,
fire.
Wherever they see us together, people would like take pictures, maybe apatari, like mangati bati gwira na wea, and then we're posting, and then that rumor blew, and then once wanaboa bili vachat ni reality, and then we didn't really have like the time and the energy to address that issue at that time, because I think it would have just made it worse at that time. So it's about kachi. But in our sevens, in my numbers here.
It worked to your advantage, eh?
Because my fans banga wenangwana kulieve, my fans bake wenangwana bwa kulieve.
So you talked about radio. Which radio station was this?
Kwitu.
Oh, Kwitu.
Yeah, I worked on Kwitu.
Great. How long were you at Kwitu? What show were you doing?
I was doing the Yatu show, ironically.
You lie. Really?
Yeah, I was doing the Yatu show on Kwitu for I think a year.
Oh, okay. So Yatu is not strange to you then?
Huh? No. I've been veteran shit.
Oh, okay. So, but where did you get the inspiration to do radio from? Or did
Funny thing is, I always wanted to do radio. I always wanted to do TV. So I would go to a couple of auditions, my radio stations, but I didn't really want to do radio for like Monga TV entertainment bunch. I used to do I'm a bit of a sports analyst, like football to be specific. Yeah. So there was a day in East Park, then I met Mukamba Mwenda Jr.
Mukabola.
Yeah, Mukabola. And apparently and that was 2022, and he didn't know who I was at the time, but he knew the Tidwale character. But obviously, I was always in a head so So I walk up to him and I'm like, big man, I'm such a huge fan, because I'm a big Peter Drury fan, and I can tell that he. Do you know who Peter Drury is?
No, I don't.
Obviously, as much boy. He commentator.
Bola easy, by.
He commentator bola, and then commentary yake ni poetry.
Okay.
Kama mongati Arab, but
okay.
To my clips to my blower maningi so that's what Muka does when he's doing commentary. And then I walked up to him. I was like, big man, moment panga ile abwa, because people don't usually walk up to him, because my commentator is swabazio mama onekera pamenso. You only hear the voice. Yeah, you only hear the voice. So manja bwa kamati, would you like to do sports analysis on radio? Na bwana kamata, I would love to. Abwana knows that you should come to Hot FM on Monday. But in anabana yona chemo ngani story ya mchinyanja chena bana vomera okay nzaka boyela. I never went to Hot FM on that day. And then benzofuna Vubwi, because he knew who Vubwi was. So Vubwi pepa namtumira anakambata ni boyela ni shooting aka video na Emma. And then he's like, which Emma? Abakamata Emma, what you do? Oh, that boy, you should tell him to come. But he didn't know I was the one that approached him earlier. Yeah. And then manja after abani wona yo mfana sindio pa East Park nakuza tukabwere ku Hot FM. Waona sin my bara. I was like, yeah, Ndine big man. Naona muna. That's when he gave me the job. Like the first day we met na bwana ndana parade, experience at all Bwanji. But fortunately for me, I didn't F up.
This is the KDT One-on-One podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. This is the KDT One-on-One podcast. My guest today is Ndine Emma. Let's talk about your trip to Malawi. You went to Malawi for some work.
Yeah, back in 2022. Yeah.
Comedy?
Stand-up comedy. It was a tour. Yeah, we toured in, I think, three cities, three cities.
Which ones?
Zuzu, Blantyre, and Lilongwe.
And Lilongwe, yeah.
And I was with one of the biggest content creators in Africa, even in the world, William Last. It was a very great experience for me, because the funny thing was, my idea of Malawi was just like the way we say Chipata extension. Yeah. So most of the sets that we had prepared were in Nyanja, thinking it's very similar, but it's very different.
No, it's very different.
It's very different. It sounds like a whole different language.
Yeah.
So what happened was, we get there. Luckily for me, I was performing right before the main act. So I could tell that most of the people that I was with, I had traveled like 3 Zambian comedians. The first one struggled a bit but I could tell he was very funny, but the language, and then the second one did it in English, and then Vubu went on, did it in English as well. So I had to change my set. so manje nje kwangere some movement maningi bwanje. And then that's when I knew you really have to do your research. Luckily for us it was a tour, so we had time to edit out certain things and then to just find out what's happening in their country and then just fuse it in the content.
I mean, the last time I was in Malawi, the GPS was not working properly and we're trying to go to the airport. And it was difficult to communicate because we're speaking the Nyanja from here.
Yeah.
But the Chichewa they were speaking, we
Yeah.
couldn't understand each other.
And the main difference I observed there is in Nyanja we use a lot of English.
Yeah.
So as we say do, banana, apple, timakamba, Chinyanja, but kuja shaka apple is nkamba pa phone.
Yeah.
Phone is English.
Yeah.
But Kuja, like they're strict. Every word is in Cheo. Like
Yeah.
do, they have a word for do, they have a word for phone, they have la, mia, bwanji. So when you mix your Nyanja with English, they get lost a bit, which is something that Namadingo has done with his music. That's why it appeals a lot to Zambians.
To Zambians,
because
yeah.
he uses a lot of English mixed with Cheo, which makes it sound like Nyanja.
But one thing also about people from Malawi, or Malawans, so to speak, they're very kind and very honest people.
Very.
It's something that's commendable. Now, you dropped your EP. The boy must be crazy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of criticism that came with it.
Yeah.
What was the story there?
Criticism in terms of the work, or
I do not know what kind of criticism
the criticism started right after I dropped the artwork.
So artwork is a bunch.
Is the last day?
Ndia trigger.
Because artwork is inspiration is the gods must be crazy. Yeah, so tinavala outfit ye jamuri mama jawora. Tinanje tinavala I say tanyamura na speed na chani na boa ndaro. Tavala na kika aja cheka kwa tika hapa che.
Kapa.
Takopesa na kopesa. But it's all one of the very nachi taficha daring. Nafaka na ma billboard down. Uli onse wa ndati ona chemwe tione kira che.
So the controversy that came with it was Angavale Banji so or
no, initially it was why are you dropping an EP? You are a comedian.
Okay.
Okay. Because Zambians are not used to such things. But comedians have been doing music from way back, not even my international artists, even in the big one, but it's just now in the era of social media, a lot of people want to be very controlling and they don't want to just let people be as creative as they can. Because my bonka ya my bilivila ini, could my musicians bambidi mchalo, but in ingapezeka nimambela cho wali 5, skucha ati awabenango sibakali. It's just preference yanga music. Ingapezeka kuli ine na bwana kambati. Rapper mkali wenambela hapo Eva mchalo. Ni Kendrick, then mzabwa mkambati mwacha wani so enze ko time yabene BIG, so enze ko time yabene Tupac, because yuli onsa amandana vinveshta relate na vev. So a lot of Zambians don't want to give a lot of artists some creative space. The same, or sometimes in featuring ama musicians mkomedi yanga udabat wina ngolo boko menta bachata abana bamba comedy. Like, bro, what do you mean, man? Like, Quran guys, like, my eyes end.
But so how has your experience been in the music industry? Have you faced a lot of limitations? Are there any barriers? Are there some things that you feel have been standing in your way, for progress?
I think maybe kuri generation ya new manje iboera baziba ko kusebenzera pamoza, because when I notice kuri ambiri bakudala ka cooperation skali ko maningi kuri chetu ma beef turi inteno chetu kudala tunangalirira testu sira chen,
but to beef nayi we wanyo ane olobeka beka
bakudala.
But also then it affects you, because sometimes some people, if I'm beefing with Andrew obopezeka naye Andrew chamuba abafuti. So I'm sure those
you know very much tika, but kaili munde ya mwine so amavulira mo shit big man, so ima beef ya muri na Andrew bine yanwe ine ngati nimamvirana naye mo ndimo machikata kuli ine inenza pezeka naye mo Andrew na eve futi ngati amani panga nza pezeka naye, but Andrew akambo kama pali imwe Andrew nifunika chana muza ati okay boy mbiri vetinga kamba ipo mono mchalo but your topic testi tikameko che pali nango mbera ko unaita mbabola ba Argentina me nalonga go ikali Messi, so ine ndemwe nimaitengera ine. But benangu simamene amaitenge so emabokosa.
Is it easy for you as an artist to ask for a feature from a fellow artist?
Sometimes I think it just depends with the type of relationship you have. I've had problems with people who I'm not really close with, and I can really understand because I also do it. Sometimes maybe artists or somebody close maninga kupempa verse. Then to me when that happens, anytime I'm sure I said fast maninga guys. Or maybe unless I knew the timeline, maybe ni drop next week, rush. But I can to me that's a project that sometimes 6 months nice needing the inspiration because obviously I don't want to let them down. Yeah. So it's easier for me to ask for features with the people that I'm really, really close to.
Okay, so without mentioning names, are there some artists that you've asked before? Artists who are bigger. We're not mentioning names, right? Who have turned you down?
Yeah. No, they didn't really turn me down. They just didn't deliver on time. Because video ones have man done a time. For example, in Kabo record the album little. Maybe timeline young and follow a drop next year March. Then nakutumira artist. If you don't record before March, then unfortunately for me, I would either have to remove that song from the album or just finish it on my own or replace your verse space with someone else's. So ndio new timeline kulibana nikanirapo but it's awe bonse wanavomerapo but kulichewa mine so wanashite deliver.
Here and it makes sense when you say, because when you ask or you make a request to say no, I want you to sing with me or feature or whatever, and you've got a deadline of pangata October then manje verse but after 3 months 4 months then but so do you guys charge each other as mainstream artists?
No.
But why do you charge upcoming artists to feature on your songs?
I personally don't charge upcoming artists.
Oh, you don't?
I like the song.
So it was ulipirisa?
Sima lipirisa nikaikonda nyimbo.
Ngasuna ikonde?
Nilipirisa. Ngasina ikonde nilipirisa singa nami. Okay, futhi moyo mabonga lila so big man. With of course when it's mainstream, you're feeding off each other's fans. But for example, ngati ni upcoming, you can only do so much because sunga kwanise ku record yonse manyimbo yabo yakuliyo. Vima pack sometimes bo pese kati banga kutumira ngati manyimbo yali 200 uzaka yimbalit. So at least when you put a certain price to it, imanga komush. But ine monga ina wako material sima walipirisa and then vena konda nyimbo sometimes nima kuli musician wena ngwa kwati nakaona chepa TikTok kanyimbo. Nampasa na verse namungenera chana muza akamba kanyimbo kanu kakali aka lekani fakire mu verse. It's also what happened with the song Dugude by Kuptik and HDMG. Dugude nabwana ikonda che nabwana imvera che by the way che nchi chinyimbo bwana fakama na verse demo edit. So I would love to do a lot of free features, but I can only do so much because Ndine Emma.
Let's talk about there's a time that you had an opportunity to act on one of the productions, big productions, and I think you turned it down.
Yes, I did.
What happened? Because I know that you did some acting in one of the the Sky Girls projects. Yeah.
It was just a matter of the check, big man.
What do you mean?
Kachek kana boy kachek paka. And then time in a boy park.
Oh, ndalama sinakwane.
Then time because yenzo pesa kati set from consultation after na funsako bagay bewa maficha. And then I went to actually experience it, but they didn't know that's what I was there for. Nabana pele zakoche guys when is the one machita. They usually spend like 8 hours there, 10 hours, Bwanji, maybe sometimes Zambia kuma 12, they'll finish at 04. They're just there, And then I'm a content creator, I need time to think and to create content. And if I have to commit my time to something, it obviously has to be worth it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So no, but we are giving you a platform. Like no. Platform So yeah, that's why I turned it down. It was mainly a matter of the check.
You and Mwaka Halwindi, how do you know each other?
How did we move from from check if you to
We're asking the question. We want to find
out. How did we what?
How did you guys know each other?
How do we know each other? Not how we met.
Okay, how did you meet?
How did we meet? Sky Girls had invited me for a certain show they were filming. It was just like a show where you just sit around and then you have a conversation while having hot wings. And then I found her there. So I had known her before that, like from Instagram and stuff, from her content, from Tikula, the Sky Girl series. Yeah, but I had never met her before. So tunapata Suwilanji cheko kuja nza nabo anposha che jache nabo na dabo cheta na kagero kabwele kan posha. Taposha na poshana, and then from there we would meet in different places, and then like the more we met, the longer the conversation got.
Okay.
So yapa first in the hi. Ya number 2 hi hello and kudala ulipo. Ya number 3 palasti ambone kachemo ngati zibana. And then there was a time I was promoting my song Kachai So. And then I was using some guys called Afrofusion, they're choreographers, and then she happens to be part of that group. So petina pezana kuja ndiye weka wenenzo ziba pa group yao.
Yeah.
So menje conversation depends nankala nani because nankala ko free na ziba ko muntu mozi.
Yeah.
So yeah, from there we did some content together, and yeah, that's where our friendship began.
So I've got a question, and my team cleared it with you. Ordinarily, we don't ask this kind of questions on the show, but maybe I should ask it. Did you feature in any of the videos? Because there's stories on social media that Ndine Emma, aone kamonga alimo. Huh?
Actually, kuli video emozi yona ina na monga ni limo. Silinga nami.
Unaona mongo alimo? But sindiwe.
Sindini.
So, what does that even mean?
So when you ask, is it so? It's a time my video aja. Because when you drop my video siana very different. And then people were taking advantage of that time. Like whoever looks like her in any video, but drop achate. Na you know what I mean? So could even wanna drop a CV, but wenze mwenzo para na inem guys. Like there's no para na last. So nija tumunta kutumira ka video. Uzi but surimo. But mwapara ni sana guys wadi. Nakazoominga but his structure ndine. Ola vendo chita vinaparana mwaizi. No, I'm just joking. But
no, you're not.
But could guys be ever see it's not her video. It's just someone who looks like her.
Yeah.
But the guy also looked like me. But I didn't recognize the room. Because it was pink.
You didn't recognize the room?
Yeah, it was pink.
Okay, so you went out to put out a statement.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Because I was being tagged. Because on tagging Abambiri. And you know how these rumors spread. Sometimes if you don't address them quick enough, people will just settle for the fact that it's you. Because in a scenario, like main social media, at Facebook, I saw it from people's WhatsApp statuses.
They were putting it on their statuses?
Yeah, not the video.
Oh, okay.
Just the statement.
Okay.
Guys, even Ndine Emma. So now I'm receiving notifications, I'm receiving screenshots. Na bwana ayo paka njere ungadabati nikanga kai maybe kapena ungadabati wanakopa
Suziwa, yeah.
So ndepena ndo kasakira ka video na bwana zilangana ta sindine hapa. So that's when I actually put that, but nenzo joking ashepena kama guys sindine because I even put laughing emojis. Vabo kama ndiwe.
But my statement yamene wakamba kulivina ngo vamene wakamba vamene suna kambe but so after you put out a statement,
yes,
it sort of like set the record straight, right?
Yes, it kind of did, but there's just some people who still believe that it's me. And I don't blame them though.
Because of the similarity that that you saw. So did it impact you negatively in any way?
After that? It did. Not the rumor, but so back in 2023 I had made a video with Mwape where in my Bob Mwale character.
Okay.
So the concept of the video, it's one of my biggest videos to date. The concept was I'm a Rastafarian on a date with a girl, and then I step out for a bit, and then she dropped sauce on her breast, and then it left a stain there. So I come back as a Rastafarian, and I'm like, who have you put sauce on your titty? You know what I mean? And then I went on to do a whole song about that video, and it's one of I would say it's one of my biggest songs, even though it's comic. The song was like, who have you put sauce on a mwaka titi? And then the people who didn't see that video then saw it when it resurfaced after her video, unfortunately. And then it looked like I was making fun of her when we had created the video together a long time ago.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, yeah, Nizana Pangako uncomfortable because some people were like, why are you making fun of her now? Like, bro, you saw my content matamba matter until something like this
So,
happens.
ka video pekeze out kaja. Boma sina kutandarira.
No.
Mfaka ka statement fast.
Eh, Kairia. Never I think when I'm born on a so I mean,
Are you in a relationship?
No.
Ndine Emma?
What?
Huh?
No, I'm not.
You're not seeing anybody at all?
No.
Is there a reason for that? You don't believe in...
No, I do, but I think ngabecho kumpeza cho amene che where man anganivese ungati hapa. I think tingayambe.
So
after my last one.
Okay, so let's speak about your album a little bit. So how is it going so far? Because you just released it recently, right?
Yeah.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah,
how many songs are on the album?
It's doing how many songs are on the album? 15.
Okay.
Yeah. It's doing really great for like an audio project, you know what I mean? Because even just the listeners, I was #1 on Apple Music for like one whole week when it dropped, and on Spotify as well. And then there are songs that are doing really well even though they don't have visuals to them yet. You know, especially I even have Mwape on the album, by the way.
Okay.
And then her song, the song that she's on, is like the most listened to song. Obviously,
it's a big song.
I know for the reasons they wanted to hear the song at first, but they just grew into the song. Like they just love the song now. Obviously, by face on very maseti.
Yeah.
They know about the budget, but so she picking every day, and I'm so happy about that project. I'm very.
What's the title of this song and who wrote it? Who produced it?
The song is called Zaddy.
Okay. All right, Zaddy.
The song is called Zaddy, and it's produced by DJ COB, and it features Case Adams, Mwaka Luindi, and Shoki Monachibodia.
And then any other notable songs that we can speak about
on the album?
Yeah.
Probably my favorite. It's called Bola. Yeah, it's called Bola, but it doesn't really talk about football. Bola is a street term that means lie. Yeah, so wakabawa goza, uno bola boza. Nisha, story boza. And what story boza. And then there's also a song called Repeat, which is my favorite song of all time. I would say, because I did it with my idol. So. Yeah.
So I'm told sometimes you create a very sarcastic, almost offensive videos. Here my people are telling me, you know, like they put pats on Dhaka in brackets, I think.
Yeah, I call them serious interviews.
Yeah.
They're just interviews where I ask a bunch of stupid questions to my guest, and then he has to answer in the stupidest way he can.
Yeah. I see. What would your understanding of a stupid question? What example would you give? Like
questions that usually like people don't really expect, but they want to ask the questions. So for example, I made a video with Bobby East. Like obviously everyone wants to ask about his video, you know. You know the video I'm talking about.
I had him on the show. I was not interested in asking him that question.
Bantu.
Okay.
Bantu, like they want to ask the question in a very... People want to ask you certain questions and then they'll just try to decorate them. And So that's what mine is about. Like it's a whole lot of controversy. And then we made it deliberately about controversial issues.
Okay.
So for example, Mwalemba nyimbo tinauka kuseni no fiora na breakfast na bwera na biora. You know what I mean? Like those type of questions. Those are the questions that I ask. But I always try to make my guests comfortable. and I tell them about.
And you clear it with them
Exactly,
before.
yeah. Yes, so
That's
that
okay.
if you don't want to do it, then I
don't do it.
respect
Yeah.
But everyone who has done it has been amazing. Man.
Ah, that's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I'm told you the show. There's a show called Between Two Friends.
Yeah, Between Two Friends.
You get your inspiration from there.
Yes, that's where I got my inspiration from.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. What's this show about?
It's the same concept as mine.
Same concept, huh?
Yeah, so he usually has like big celebrities on his show. He even had Obama the time he was president on his show, and then he asked him a question like, "So how does it feel to be the last black president?" And then Obama was just playing along also. Abamfunza tinanga ombera bwanja ndine last president we was akashitapo interview ever. So yeah, I would love to interview the president, man.
Ah, on the same.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Now, why is it that people, assume that you got the idea of a Nigerian content creator?
Because they don't watch content, like they don't watch content as much as I do. Because Between Two Friends is a very old show.
Yeah,
it's like from way back.
Yeah,
Curiosity Made Me Ask is very new. It's very recent. So that's where he also got his inspiration from. So manje kai bantu wa Zambia wamaperera hapo ku Nigeria kambi kutamba content wakatamba kwa Vanessa Binus Bwanje, but there are a lot of content creators who copy what American content creators do, because for us content creators we watch a lot of things just to create content.
Oh yeah.
So I would understand someone who says we got the inspiration from that show, but I don't even watch Curiosity Made Me Ask. I watch Between Two Friends more. Not even more. That's the only thing I watched. I only watched one episode of Curiosity Made Me Ask where he was interviewing Victor Boniface, the Zambian Nigerian footballer.
Yeah. I realized that you have a lot of nominations, right? In terms of awards.
Yeah.
Have you won any?
First in Moko Yatu team. I won one Zambia e-commerce award. Yeah, but I've been nominated for over, I would say maybe like over 8 times. Nah, over 12 or 15.
So in the 12 or 15, you only won one.
Yes.
What's your take when it comes to awards here in Zambia?
They're okay.
They're good.
They're just fine. I think it's just a matter of there's a lot of politics that goes on in this same awards. But with me personally, my view of awards, kufesi chenzoni wa bad, because I was obviously young and I thought I was the best. I was pampa machina njida hii obvious award yena That was back in 2022 when I got nominated for my first one at the Diamond TV Awards. Then I lost that one, and I was really broken because I thought 2022 I had a great year at Duale and stuff. I was like, okay, I'll do it again in 2023. Went again and did it in 2023. Got nominated in like 2 categories in 2 different award shows, the Ngoma Awards and the Diamond TV Awards again. I lost that again. I was like, okay, I'll just do it in 2024. And then as the years went by, I started appreciating the fact that I'm being nominated every year. I might not win, but
it's recognition.
It's a lot of recognition. I mean, we have so many content creators in the country, and I'm being among the few that are being recognized, because they only nominate like 6 people. You know what I mean? Like sometimes even 4 people in one category. The fact that I'm always there makes me really happy. But there are sometimes when you lose and you even know it, but kulipena kupeni maluza and bozi on okay. But I've lost some. I can even say kuliko enaluza ko enna mungati banana amachi, but kuli enaluza futi amene naziona ti ieve ona boera ko neza boera che ko chitaona invitation.
Yeah, I hear you. But what's your view when it comes to content creation in this country, just overall? Do you think we are where we're supposed to be? If not, why do you think we are not?
We are heading there now. I would say from the time we started, from the time I started, content creation wasn't really, it wasn't as big as it is now. It wasn't as, because now we have different categories. A long time ago, we grew up watching when a big hero and when a difficulty, and then their comedy was mostly targeted at the adults. More, like it's a bit na Gen Z, and then as funny as they were, there were certain topics they were touching that we couldn't relate to. For example, maybe wazapanga comedy ya Chilanga Muliro in grade 7. Siniza very much Chilanga Muliro bwanje. So when me and Maza came up, we really pushed for that, like for the young ones. Like that's why I can see a lot of me and Maza in a lot of new content creators now, like our facial expressions, our editing style, bwanje. Yeah, because the time events of panga chimanga how apamani content apatembo kopache na makamera. And then we made it cool to just shoot on your phone, because we just bought big phones and then made it look all professional and stuff. So I think we are heading there, and I'm really happy with the content creators we have now. It's really inspiring to see, even for me.
Oh, great. You and Kadochi, are you very close?
Yeah,
I asked this question because they've come together.
We're very close.
He's somewhere in the background here waiting for...
We're very close. Yeah.
You guys know each other for a long time?
Yeah, from like 2021 when I just started, because he had started before me.
Yeah.
So I obviously knew him from here and there, but I didn't know him personally. Yeah, but yeah, from there we've been great friends.
So I'm going to ask you a very important question from a musical standpoint, and also from maybe comedy standpoint. I want you to give me your top 5 comedians local, and I want your top 5 musicians local. Let's start with comedy.
Comedy, content creators or comedians?
Like I want to speak about comedians. I want to stand up, but maybe content creators. I think to be fair, let's talk about content creators.
My top 5. My top 5 would be, I can't even lie, it's straightforward. My top 5. Am I including myself?
Chirikuri we mwana. Maza
is my goat. Yeah, Maza is, to me, is like the best I've ever seen. Like,
he's at number 1.
He's at number 1 because Maza helped me become who I am indirectly, even though he might not know this. Because there was a lot of competition between me and him from the time we started, because we started almost at the same time.
Yeah.
And then we grew at the same time. And the funny part was, we were having all this competition, people were having all this beef online about who's better, and we were living in the same house.
Oh, wow.
So it was a bit awkward, but it was like healthy competition, because he helped me to not be comfortable. He would always drop a banger video, and then I posted about 20 hours. Yeah, so Maza, I have so much respect for Maza. Maza is like my number 1. My number 2 would be Ziglo Papi. We even got nominated in the same category for best collaboration. I feel Ziglo Papi, if we were to go international anytime soon, I feel that's one of the people that are pioneering that part, because he does most of his skits in English. And then my GOAT content creator follows him on Instagram, King Batch.
Okay.
Yeah. Even Sydney Toka, the Nigerian content creator, follows him both on Instagram and Facebook.
Wow.
Number 3, I would put Mapaalo there. Mapaalo is amazing. I love his content. Number 4, Charity Katanga. And number 5, Ndine.
So you put yourself at number 5?
Yeah, nasfaka pa number 5.
Is that deliberate?
Let's
talk about musicians.
Musicians?
What's your top 5?
My top 5 would be, obviously they know number 1 is Stinga Kambe Pono Kamba, Chenche Mchose Pono Palist.
Number 1
Azibi Kariko, some guys.
Okay, say to Mkambe Palast.
Every if I get Sari Poche.
Okay.
Because Namkamba Pomaning, Mona. Okay, Zamkamba. I would say Chef 187, Slap D, J Max. He's a course. A big man sitting a million top 10 in no particular order.
I would really love you to do it in a particular order.
In a particular order, I would put Chef 187 on top, but from number 4 to number 5, I do not know. I do not know who to put next to
okay, let's do a top 7.
Top 7. But still, it won't be in a particular order, but just know who number 1 is.
Okay, we know it's Chef. Okay,
yeah, Chef.
Then let's,
Chef 187, number 1. I would put Slap there, Bobby, J Max, J Cash. Triple M.
Why was it a Triple M?
Kali inga choke kuipa kulibe hivi banganitumile phone. I mentioned J Cash, right? I would say Dismo and Tommy D.
Tommy D na Mafela. Nice. We've got a question for you, Ndine Emma, from our previous guest. The question reads, what does making it actually mean now? And has the definition changed over time?
Yes, I think for me it has. So I would give this example. When I lived in Matero and Kanyama and stuff, my definition of kuvutika was only associated with my financial status, right? And then I only wanted to make it so that I can be financially stable, obviously. And then after nabwana kula kaja kama financial pressure kabaka choka kupangono nabwana pesa ma problems ya kuruma nyingi manje mu industry yako wati drama zilipo but wakaba che ungaspire no spire ndiye jatima onatia kule na bole mera baspire then manje ovutika kukombona sifunza maona drama zonse za spire but kuvutika kuma kuna ma stages na ma categories yose yana siana. So for me that's what has changed my perception of making it. I thought everything would be better once I
thought money is a solution to all the problems. Of course it solves certain problems. Solves most of the problems, but not all.
But not all problems, yeah. That's my definition of it.
Great. So we've got 3 questions. We've got question number 1, 2, and 3. Which number are you picking? Each number has a question attached to it. That's the question you're going to leave for the next guest. So iyamileta funza Bob Indiana kusiyira hii.
Dewo.
Yeah.
Na shitamunja na wafaka hapa palist wakamba semesichinaoneke bwino.
Na mpangono.
Number 1.
Okay, so 1 reads, what's something you've learned about success or happiness in the past 5 years? So this is your question to our next guest. We'll pick up the answer from them.
It kind of feels like the one I just answered.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Yes.
Ndine Emma, we'd like to thank you so much for making time to come on the Kenny T One-on-One podcast.
No, thank you very much, big man. I was a very big hater of Kenny T growing up. I'm sorry. Tenzo kuzonda na mami.
Why?
Dreams. You were very mean, sir. Ero manya nija tinimafuno bwera ku dreams ndine rapper. Then man guys wangani uze vaupo wakamba vangani shimikire she. So tenzo ku hating anje mnyumba mwana.
Ero paja kai ni suni ziba nonizo. So ni nchito chabe.
Sinenzo vision.
So apoganza bwanje.
No, not even that manje. Even penda ngina chemu industry penda mwanazia tu. So if ni ma characters she macha bwanje. But kuja kunyumba enze personal. Tenzo kufunani. Sometimes mwanzo kama chati vichose niponi hivi mwa kamba kuipa.
Well, it's good to know. I mean, I've laughed so hard. This is very interesting. We would like to thank you, Ndine Emma. We wish you all the best. We're watching what you're doing. You're a young man doing great. And for us to have you sit down with us on the podcast is because we've seen that you're succeeding at something. And I know that you've been an inspiration to many that are watching. Keep it up. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, big man. Respect.
Great. This has been the Kenny T One-on-One podcast. My guest was Ndine Emma. We'd like to thank our sponsors, MTN, everywhere you go, Awalea Carpooling, and Yato T. My name is Kenny T. Back again next week. Same place, same space.